Man, how many funerals you done been to, bro?
Boy,
too many. Damn.
I don't even know. Man, my little brother Tay, man, Johnny, Larry, Tamika, TJ,
Sheesh.
Nino, V, Lorenzo, Jin, Loke. Well, I done lost like too many people.
All the gun violence?
Oh, every last one.
Of all the rappers from this new generation, there is no rapper that has seen a bigger growth in their music than 21 Savage. If you don't know who 21 Savage is, I will give you a very brief introduction, but for your own sake, go watch at least one of his interviews with The Breakfast Club. He spoke more openly and honestly in those interviews than almost anybody I've ever seen. There are three main components to his life that I'm going to talk about today: honesty, loss, and the biggest one, trauma. 21 Savage was introduced to most people through his breakout hits X and No Heart. This led to him being selected as part of the XXL 2016 freshman class, in which his subdued personality and stoic demeanor quickly became a meme.
What does the cross on your forehead signify?
It's a knife.
Yeah, I make positivity music. The opposite of 21.
Yeah, I make
He was portrayed as a person who never smiled, was a literal killer, and only talked about murder in his music. Even though in his early interviews it seems as though he isn't showing any emotion, he was actually being very honest and putting forth a lot of information that many rappers of this generation don't like to.
People be lying,
Right.
Trying to make themselves look like something that they not. Like, I'm trying to better myself. That's what I used to do. You feel me? Like,
Right.
I used to be that.
Yeah, I don't feel like you glorifying it. I feel like you just telling your story.
Telling the truth.
When asked about how he deals with his emotions by Charlamagne, he doesn't lie. He doesn't pretend that he is unaffected. He tells the truth, knowing that he could easily get clowned for it.
How you deal with all this trauma, 21?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes, like, late nights, I just cry like a motherfucker. If I don't cry about you, I ain't really fuck with you like that. I love my partner. Them be my real partners. When the motherfuckers hurt, they cry.
This is something that he has been consistent with and has been saying ever since his biggest break and most important exposure to rap fans during his XXL interviews.
Motherfuckers, you gotta realize that we still be humans at the end of the day. Like, motherfucker act like nigga robots. Like, niggas don't got hearts. And
Something that he has been particularly open about over the past years has been his relationship with women. It seems that despite what he says in some of his songs, he really does want a serious relationship and a steady girlfriend. He has been brutally honest on how the breakup with Amber Rose has affected him and how it affected his outlook on love.
I like to have one girl who I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really with the, oh, I'm hitting everybody. But look, I don't cheat though. Oh God, I don't cheat.
For real?
Like, if I'm in a relationship with like a girl, like, and I'm fucking with her like that, I ain't gonna cheat. Don't cross me. You know what I'm saying? Don't stab me in my back. Don't embarrass me.
Being this open about how past relationships have affected you is difficult for anybody, especially a man, especially a rapper, and especially a rapper who most people view as emotionless. It isn't something that he has to do, but it's something that really gives his music more depth and makes it more relatable to fans. Amber Rose's interview with Adam 22 really showed what it was like to date somebody like 21 Savage.
You ever talk to 21 anymore, or what's the nature of that?
No.
No, that's 100% over.
Yes.
Right.
I think that he's scared to be loved. I think he has his own trauma, you know, his own shit with him.
I feel
far
like
open.
I feel like Ball Without You is about Amber Rose.
Charlamagne is 100% right. If you listen to how he talks about her and pair it with the lyrics on the songs from the album he released after they broke up, it's very clear that the songs are about her, and he is still deeply hurt by that breakup. He tries to laugh after Charlamagne says it, but it's clear that he's still hurt. But that pain that he still feels has been with him for his entire life.
I turned into a savage, man. I got on that bullshit. I was goddamn trying to kill everybody.
Tay-Man, Johnny, Larry, and Tamika, aka Mama. He has a tattoo of each of them prominently displayed on his body. You may be wondering where the tattoo for Tay-Man is. We'll get to that in a second. But first, let's go back and watch one of the oldest interviews I could find of 21. This is him promoting his first ever single, Picky.
So who would you say is some of your influences and shit like that?
Now let's pause here. This is 21 Savage's biggest interview of his career up to this point, and repping Atlanta is a big part of his personality. You would think he would say Migos, Future, 2 Chainz, or even Gucci Mane, who he made a mixtape to a year later. But he didn't.
Johnny B, Larry, Tay-Man, Lil Harold, Miss Tamika.
Now, for all that, it's time to learn about these 4. And I'll let 21 explain. First, let's learn about Larry. He was his first friend to die when he was only a teenager.
When I got this 21, I was with Larry. That's my brother, Larry. But he died. So I went and got R.I.P. Larry around the 21 tattoo.
Larry was the first one of 21's friends that died. He and his mom, Tamika, both died on the same day. And 21 pays tribute to them in songs and in his tattoos.
Johnny, that's my best friend. He got killed on my birthday. That was October 22nd, 2013.
This is the instance that 21 brings up the most in his music. This is when his best friend Johnny died. This happened on his 21st birthday. 21 got shot 6 times, but Johnny ended up getting shot in the head and dying. And now let's talk about the moment that changed his life forever.
So, at what point did you start rapping?
Shit, right after Tay-Man got killed. My little brother, Tay-Man, he got killed March 19th, 2014. So really like, fuck this shit. These niggas dying back to back. I'm finna try and do some new shit.
The death of his youngest brother, Tay-Man, changed his life forever. This is when he started to take rap seriously. And most notably, is when he got his signature dagger tattoo in the middle of his forehead.
He got the shit in his goddamn forehead. Then he ended up getting killed. So shit, I was like, shit, fucking, I'm finna go do it for him. My little brother Tay-Man, R.I.P.
It seems like even though 21 Savage is growing older and more successful, the pain still follows him. 3 days before his second album came out, he had to go back home to Atlanta to go to the funeral and bury his friend Lil D.
Like, I just buried another one of my close friends Tuesday.
1 month after his most recent album, Savage Mode 2 came out, his little brother, Terrell Davis, or rapper TM1 Way from the UK, was stabbed to death. Not only can he not escape the death, the people in his community can't either. Recently, he's paid for the funeral of a 3-year-old Atlanta girl who was shot dead by stray bullets. If we look closer at 21's most recent album, we can see the names of Johnny, Tay-Man, and Larry all on a dagger. And if we look up, we can see 6 bullet holes representing the 6 shots that 21 took on his 21st birthday. Using all the information that we've discussed about 21 so far, we can now more accurately talk about the last and most tragic part of this video.
I got nerve damage and I'm shell-shocked, paranoid. I think everybody wanna kill me.
Even though the word trauma has been used a lot more in the past 10 years in rap, I still don't think it gets used enough. And as it relates to 21 Savage, it's obvious that he's gone through many traumatic experiences in his life and definitely suffers from PTSD.
I don't wanna die, but I mean, I feel like I done looked death in the eye.
One important part of 21's life that I haven't mentioned up until now is his relationship with his father, or lack thereof. This is likely his earliest traumatic experience that he talks about.
He ain't really send no money as it is, you know what I'm saying? He didn't send shit. Like school clothes, all that shit. My little sister, them daddy used to buy my shit.
21 is very close to his mom and references her constantly in his music. But his dad, not at all. His mom was the only one that was providing for him. And during times when she couldn't give him enough, he turned to the street life to make ends meet.
He didn't want, like, he sent $100 and then he just stopped sending the shit type shit. So I started selling weed to get me a phone.
So if he came to you right now and was trying to tell you why he wasn't around, would you even want to listen?
Nah, it's like,
You felt like when you needed him, he wasn't there.
right. Like I got shot on my birthday. My best friend died. Like you didn't even come to the hospital, nothing.
After getting shot on his birthday, he was prescribed heavy opiates, which he later became addicted to. He's referenced in his music many times how this is how he copes with the pain. And not only did the trauma from those deaths and losses lead to him being addicted to drugs, it also led to him feeling like he can't talk to or open up to anybody.
I boxed everybody out.
You should go to therapy, man.
Nah, it don't work like that, Charlotte. It ain't no cure for pain. I'm just gonna suck it up, keep it pushing, thug it out.
When Charlamagne suggests that he should go to therapy, he states that he'd already been to therapy 2 years before, and it did nothing for him. You can see him here make it clear that he has no interest in going back. But here's the thing about him that makes him so unique. Even though he has a realistic perspective on his life and fully understands the consequences of the trauma that he's gone through, he doesn't seem to shy away or run from it. He faces it head on.
I enjoy crying. I'm gonna put it like that. I'd rather cry every now and then before where I feel like I'm crazy and I gotta go sit and talk to somebody. Hell no, I ain't crazy. I'm just hurt.
And this loss and trauma that he's faced his entire life has made him who he is today. And it makes him work even harder to try to provide for the living.
But could you ever be happy? Because, I mean, with all the death in your life, it just feel like I would be depressed all the time.
I make their families happy. I become a millionaire. I plan on buying them whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes me happy.
A deep dive in 21's Instagram will really show you who he is more than anything. He wears his influences on his sleeve. Those influences, the people that he's lost in his life. He tries to be successful for himself, but more so, he tries to be successful for the people that he lost. Even though 21 sometimes comes across and tries to portray himself as someone without a heart, it's clear that none of that is true. Even if he is hurt and that heart is damaged, that hurt is what makes him such an impactful and special artist.